let's just get women doing something as simple as adding a probiotic back in and really focusing on her microbiome, then your menopausal journey will be so much smoother. The problem is that we come roaring into our 40s with the same behaviors that we used in our 20s and 30s, and we all of a sudden the menopausal symptoms are amplified. So I agree, like I'm on a mission to rebrand menopause. We have to look at menopause as the greatest time of your life if you are putting your head down and doing the work like we're talking about, and aware that there's this lifestyle shift that needs to happen. If we looked at it from that lens, I think we would end so much suffering. Which would be, and you know, we do have, we're an interesting time of life because we have kids that are growing up and we have parents that need care. So we're sort of sandwiched in between teenagers and aging parents. So our mental health is even more important. And we have even more stress that's happening to us. So I really want to just point out to the people listening, like, I agree with you. I sit here at 53 and I'm happier than I've ever been. But that's because I've been doing the work and understanding my menopausal body, trying to figure out what the best health path is, and giving it new tools that I never gave it, like B Longorium, whatever number you said.
Yeah.
Like,
1714.
right?
Yeah.
1714.
Yeah. Right. Just Calm. That's always Just Thrive's product, Just Calm. Yes, exactly.
Right. But this is like, there's trillions of bacteria in our gut. So getting to know one strain that can be a game changer like that, it becomes massively important. The other thing I want to reach out or I want to highlight is this idea of the vagus nerve, because a lot of women, when they come into this menopausal experience, they're so sympathetic dominant that they've completely shut down their parasympathetic nervous system. And that vagus nerve, which is the connection from the gut to the brain, is just underutilized. And I almost feel like that we have to bring back the health of the vagus nerve in order to get the most out of a product like Just Calm or probiotics. Am I thinking that through right? Or when you actually put these good bacteria in, it reinvigorates the vagus nerve?
Yeah. Well, it's helping improve that communication between the gut and the brain, and, and the vagus nerve, of course. So that's absolutely right. You hit the nail on the head on that one also. So, and I think it's important too, that we are, the fight or flight situation that we're in, we're constantly in it. We know that it was meant to be, like for a saber-toothed tiger coming at us, but we get a tweet where we stay in that fight or flight. We get a email, our kids say something that upsets us, we're in a fight with a loved one. I mean, we are constantly in that fight or flight, and we are not getting down from it. And that is dangerous. And people have to realize they have to get down from it. We've got to get over this, I'm so stressed, I'm so important type of mentality that the world we live in right now. We have to start realizing, like, the gold star should be that we're calm, and we went and read a book, and we sat outside under a tree and read a book today, or we went on a long stroll, not a power walk, and just really, not that I power walk every day, but there's times to stroll and there's times to just sit and relax. And we have to recognize that these are things that are going to help us go through menopause that much better.
Yeah, I 1,000% agree with you. Like, the term that my brain keeps saying lately is like, the women are tired. We're tired. Yep. We come into menopause and we're tired. And then this neurochemical armor that's been holding us up starts to shed, and all our imbalances show up, and we're just freaking tired. And so what we do, instead of honoring rest, is we try to work harder and do more.
Yep.
And that damages us even more, which actually then takes me, like, when I think about that, I go back to, okay, well, what do we need to tap into? What neurotransmitters do we need to tap into to really be able to rest? And I come to GABA. And when you look at GABA, the precursor for GABA is progesterone. And we're losing progesterone. So we're trying to overdo our lifestyle to get our symptoms to go away. We don't have the hormone that makes this calming neurotransmitters. So what are we left with? How do we calm our shit down? And this is where I'm like, okay, we've got to turn to tools like this. So
Yep.
when we look at B. Longorium 714, is this a strain that not only improves serotonin, dopamine, but can it improve GABA? And are there other strains and other things we can do to really bring those neurotransmitters back?
Yeah. So the studies right now are showing that it is helping support all those neurotransmitters, like you mentioned. Um, we don't know yet about what we did. It was actually interesting. We mixed another probiotic strain with our bifidolongum 1714 and found out
Mm,
that mixing them actually caused the bifidolongum 1714 effects to go away. So it's really we have to be focusing on studies. We have to be
yeah.
focusing on, and that's something that's super important to us, just because we see people, supplement companies throw a label on there, and they put a whole bunch of different strains in there, and the next thing you know, it's really not working, because you have to find strains that were studied on that particular function. And so
Right.
the studies that are on there are showing that it's bringing down perceived stress, improving cognitive function, bringing down cortisol levels, and helping support that neurotransmitter production, like you mentioned, the serotonin, dopamine, and GABA.
Yeah, which are so critical for menopausal women.